Welcome to Prasad's Banking and SSC Coaching channel. I'll be analyzing previous year question and answer which are very important for your upcoming exams. I'll be starting with ancient history. So we'll discuss about Indus Valley civilization first. Okay. When it comes to Indus Valley civilization, it was dated somewhere between 2000 to 1500 BC, and it was earliest civilization in India. Okay. First question relating to it. The Harappan civilization was discovered in the year option A 1935, option B 1942, option C 1921, option D 1922. Okay. The correct answer is option C 1921. Okay. In 1921 by Dr. D.R. Sahani and R.D. Banerjee. Those two who discovered the first Harappan site. Okay. And other important facts which you need to remember is the first Indus Valley seal was studied and published by Alexander Cunningham in 1875. Remember the name. Okay. The first Indian archaeologist to excavate Harappa was Madhav Swarup Vats or M.S. Vats. Remember his name. 1931, large-scale excavation started by Sir John Marshall. From then on, new cities were discovered. Sir John Marshall was a British governor. Okay, he started the large-scale excavation. We'll see next question. The social system of Harappa was option A, fairly egalitarian, option B, slave labor based, option C, color varna based, option D, caste based. Okay. In Harappan civilization, everyone was treated equally and equal rights were given. So there was no sign of slave trade or varna system, caste system was present there. And caste system, slave labor came into prevalent through Vedic culture, not with Harappan civilization. Okay, so option A will be the correct answer. Next question. One of the following Indus Valley site is in Pakistan. Option A, Lothal, option B, Kalibangan, option C, Alamgirpur, option D, Harappa. So the correct option is option A, Lothal. Okay. Lothal and Mohenjo-daro. These are the two famous cities which is present in present-day Pakistan. Kalibangan, Amalgir, Harappa, these are in India. Okay. We'll be seeing important cities of Harappan civilization. Remember these cities. Kottiji in Pakistan, Kalibangan in Rajasthan, Rupar in Punjab, Banwali in Haryana, Lothal, a port area or dockyard, Dholavira, Lothal and Dholavira in Gujarat, Mohenjo-daro, it is the largest of all Indus sites. It is also in Pakistan. Okay, and they may also ask the question, which was the largest city of Indus Valley civilization? It was Mohenjo-daro. Okay, and what is citadel? They have given citadel, right? See, citadel means it is a fortified area. Okay, the city was completely fortified. Okay, like dome like structure was constructed surrounding the city so that it is protected from floods or foreign invasions. We'll see next question. Which statement on Harappan civilization is correct? Option A, horse sacrifice was known to them. Option B, cow was sacred to them. Option C, Pashupati was venerated by them. Option D, the culture was generally static. C, the correct answer is option C. Pashupati was venerated by them. Pashupati was a chief male deity of them. They worshipped Pashupati, and there were also other goddess which they worshipped. It includes mother goddess, linga worship, trees and animals were also worshipped by them. And or sacrifice, cow sacred. See, they've never domesticated cow. Okay, so option B will be eliminated easily. And culture was generally static. We can see that Harappan civilization started developing over the period. It was not static. And horse sacrifice and all, horses started coming after Vedic culture. Okay, in Harappa we cannot see the signs of horse. Next question. Which was the only Indus site with an artificial brick dockyard? Option A Lothal, option B Kalibangan, option C Harappa, option D Mohenjo-daro. So the correct option will be option A Lothal. Okay. What is dockyard? Dockyard is nothing but a port area. Okay, like modern days ports where trade was taking place to different parts of the world. Okay, they usually followed barter system. Next question. Which of the following domesticated animals was absent in the terracottas of Indus civilization? Option A buffalo, option B sheep, option C cow, option D pig. So I already discussed cow was not domesticated by them. So option C cow will be the correct answer. And using terracotta, they made jewelries and toys for the kids. Okay, many animals were also depicted using terracottas, and Pashupati Nath was also depicted in terracotta structures. Okay, so the correct answer will be option C cow. Next question. Which was the only Indus city without a citadel? So I already said you what is citadel, right? So option A Kalibangan, option B Harappa, option C Mohenjo-daro, option D Mohenjo-daro. See, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were the famous city. Obviously they have to protect it, and the correct answer will be option D Mohenjo-daro. Okay. We'll see next question. The essential feature of Indus Valley civilization was. They're asking of features. Option A worship of forces of nature. Option B organized city life. Option C pastoral farming. Option D caste society. So Indus Valley everyone was treated equally, right? So option D eliminated, and option C pastoral farming. Pastoral farming means dairy farming, livestock rearing. Okay, no, Harappan civilization was dependent on agriculture, not on pastoral farming, and they worshipped the force of nature. Forces of nature means fire, water, and all those. So they never worshipped the forces of nature. They worshipped only trees and animals. Okay, so option B will be the correct answer. Organized city life. Harappan civilization is famous for their city life, city culture. Okay. Next question. Match the following. So already we discussed Mohenjo-daro. We found a great bath. Okay. Mohenjo-daro great bath. In Harappa we don't know, and see Kalibangan also we don't know. So Lothal was a port area. Okay. By using this, we'll try to answer the question. Okay. See option A. Okay, option A is correctly matching. See, Mohenjo-daro, Great Bath. Option B, Harappa, a statue of priest. Option C, Kalibangan, a plough mark was found. Option D, Lothal, where a port area was seen. So the correct answer will be option A. Next question. The people of Indus Valley civilization worshipped option A, Vishnu, option B, Pashupati, option C, Indra, option D, Brahma. So we discussed, right? So option B, Pashupati. See, remember the facts about Pashupati. Pashupati was sitting in yogi posture, three-faced with two horns. Okay, he was surrounded by animals like elephant, tiger, rhino, buffalo, and two deers. Remember all these animals, they may ask in your exams. Next, the worship of Mother Goddess was related to option A with Aryan civilization, option B with Mediterranean civilization, option C with Indus Valley civilization, option D with Vedic civilization. So the answer will be option C, Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization worship the gods like Pashupati, Mother Goddess, Linga worship, and trees and animals were worshipped by them. Okay, remember. Next, I'll be summarizing Indus Valley civilization. Just go through these points once. City planning. When it comes to city, it was constructed in rectangular, oval and square shape. Citadel, the Great Bath, okay, drainage system, house construction. House construction was from burnt bricks, wood, okay, stepped walls, and there was no religious building. When it comes to food crops, wheat, barley, pulses, rice, mustards were also grown. See, domestication of animals. They domesticated cattle, sheep, goat and buffalo. Cattle means ox, not cow. Economic life. The great progress in economic activity such as agriculture, industry, crafts and trade. Their trade was reaching to worldwide. Okay, remember these points. Burial methods. They used pot burial in Lothal, complete burial and post-cremation burial was popular at Mohenjo-daro. Their artworks. Dancing girl from Mohenjo-daro made up of bronze, painted pottery, red and black ware, geometrical pattern of fish and peacock were seen on their pots. Okay, and for making bronze statue they used lost wax techniques. So this technique can be asked in your exams. Remember this point, lost wax technique. Next, scripts. Script written from right to left, that is Boustrophedon method, and language used by them was Dravidian. Okay, remember all these points. Religion. Okay, male chief deity was Pashupati, female deity Mother Goddess. Trees, animals were also worshipped. Linga worship was prevalent. They believed in ghost, evil force, and used the amulets for their protection. Okay. Next, I'll be moving to Vedic age. In Vedic age, we can see the caste system, horse sacrifice, and cow. Everything started from Vedic age. Okay. We'll see the first question. Which of the following Vedas provides information about the civilization of early Vedic age? Option A, Rig Veda. Option B, Yajurveda. Option C, Atharva Veda. Option D, Sama Veda. So the correct option will be option A, Rig Veda. See, Rig Veda is the oldest of four Vedas. Okay, it consists of 128 hymns. Okay, they were sung in the praise of God. So it is the oldest one. So it provides the information about civilization. When it comes to Yajurveda provided the details about sacrifices. The sacrifices which people followed in Vedic age. It can be Ashwamedha yagas and many yagas which they was performing, right? It was mentioned in Yajurveda. And when it comes to Atharva Veda, it contains the details of rituals. Okay, Samaveda is nothing but the tunes proposed for chanting during the sacrifices. And Indian music also originated from Samaveda. We'll see next question. Which one of the following Vedas contains sacrificial formulae? Option A, Samaveda. Option B, Rig Veda. Option C, Yajurveda. Option D, Atharva Veda. So the correct answer is option C, Yajurveda. I already said in option. What happened? Okay, second question. Which one of the following Vedas contains sacrificial formula? Option A, Samaveda. Option B, Rigveda. Option C, Yajurveda. Option D, Atharva Veda. So I already discussed in first question. Yajurveda contains the details of sacrifices. Okay, just make a note of all the Vedas and why and details about that. Okay, we'll move to the next question. Which one of the following stages of life of man in Aryan society? Okay, in ascending order, you need to arrange the age of life cycle of a man. Okay, life cycle of a man you need to arrange in ascending order. Okay, so brahmacharya means student life, grihastha means family life, vanaprastha means retired life, sannyasa means a renunciation from the life. So which will be the correct option? Option A will be the correct one. Okay, we'll move to the next question. The tax which the kings used to collect from the people in Vedic period was called option A Bhali, option B Vidhatha, option C Varman, option D Kara. So the correct answer will be option A Bhali. So the tax was voluntary tax. Okay, voluntary tax collected by chief means a king from the lower caste people or the traders or merchants. So remember the name of the tax, that is Bali. Next question. The subject matter which Manu Smriti deals with is related to. They're asking about Manu Smriti, right? So option A economics, option B politics, option C law, option D arts. So the correct answer will be option C law. Manu Smriti means it's Manava Dharma Shastra. It's an ancient Indian legal text and Hindu law book. Okay. Next question. The word Satyameva Jayate in the state emblem of India was taken from option A Upanishad, option B Samaveda, option C Rigveda, option D Ramayana. See, Vedas never mentioned about the words and all that. They mentioned only rituals and songs. So Ramayana also it won't come. So option A Upanishad will be the correct answer. So we'll look at what is Upanishads. Upanishads is nothing but sit near the Guru. This is the time when Guru Shishya Parampara originated. Okay. So the two important Upanishads are one Muktika, it's a collection of 108 Upanishad. Manduka, Manduka is a Upanishad from where the word Satyameva Jayate is taken from. So they may ask this question also. From which Upanishad Satyameva Jayate word was taken? It is Manduka. Okay. We'll see next question. Which of the following craftsmanship was not practiced by Aryans? Option A, pottery. Option B, jewelry. Option C, carpentry. Option D, blacksmiths. See, in Aryans, the caste system was very much prevalent. The workers were divided based on their caste. So we can see many economic activities, trading activities started flourishing in Vedic era. Okay, so pottery, jewelry, carpentry was famous in Aryans, but not blacksmith. Blacksmith because iron ore was not found in Vedic culture. Okay. Next question. The Rig Veda Aryans were pastoral people. Is borne out by the fact that there are many references to the cows in Rig Veda. Most of the wars were fought for the sake of cows. Option C. The gifts made to the priest were usually cows. Option D. All the above. So the correct answer will be option D. All the above. See, in Rig Veda Aryans, they was completely dependent on pastoralism. Like they dependent on rearing the animals, rearing the livestock. Then agriculture. Okay, agriculture also there, but more they dependent on pastoral farming. Okay, and cow was measured as wealth. Okay, the man who had cow was considered as a rich person and was also called as Gomat. Okay, remember this. We'll move to the next question. Name the temple in Cambodia where scenes from Ramayana and Mahabharata are depicted. Option A, Bardobur. Option B, Kailashanath. Option C, Angkor Wat. Option D, Brihadeshwara. So they're asking temple of Cambodia. So Kailashanatha, Brihadeshwara you can eliminate easily because it is found in India. And Bardobur, it is found in Indonesia. It is a Buddhist temple. Okay, so the correct answer will be option C, Angkor Wat. Remember this because it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and it is the largest Hindu temple in the world. Okay, we'll see next question. The sage who is said to have Aryanized South India was option A, Yajnavalkya. Option B, Vasistha. Option C, Agastya. Option D, Vishwamitra. So the correct answer will be option C, Agastya. Okay, Agastya was the first writer of grammar of Tamil language. Okay, he spread the Aryan culture and literature to South India. Remember his name? He Aryanized South India. The earliest settlement of Aryan tribe were at option A, Uttar Pradesh. Option B, Bengal. Option C, Sapta Sindhu. Option D, Delhi. So the correct answer will be option C, Sapta Sindhu, the land of 7 rivers, and it was a plain region of Indo-Gangetic. Okay. Now I'll be summarizing a Vedic culture to you. See, when it comes to Vedic culture, right, it can be divided into two ways. One is early Vedic and another is later Vedic. In early Vedic, the people used to live in Sapta Sindhu region and from then a caste system started establishing. Okay, there a woman enjoyed a respectable position in the society. Okay, and she has the right to attend the assemblies, discuss the matter related to public affairs. So remember these names: Lopamudra, Ghosha, Apala and Maitreyi. They were the women authors. Okay, they may ask the question, and the head of the family was called as Grihapati. Okay, when it comes to later Vedic, later Vedic, they shifted from Sapta Sindhu region to Gangetic plains, okay, and caste system started becoming more rigid between the people, and the position of women also started declining, okay. Now we'll be seeing rise of Magadha. See, rise of Magadha can be seen in 16th century BC after the decline of Aryans. So this was the period when Jainism, Buddhism started developing, okay. And Magadha were also part of 16 Mahajanapadas, okay. In that 16 kingdom, Magadha is an important kingdom which you need to learn, okay. In next video I'll be discussing about Jainism and Buddhism. So now we'll be seeing Magadhas, okay. First question. Alexander and the army of Porus camped on the opposite bank of which river? Option A Ravi, option B Jhelum, option C Sutlej, option D Chenab. So the correct answer will be option B Jhelum. Okay. Alexander was a very ambitious ruler of the world. He started his conquest, and when he came to India, his army settled in the bank of river Jhelum. Okay. From then he started fighting with local kingdoms and all those that are all not that important. Just remember the name of the river. Okay. Next question. Arrange the following dynasties in chronological order. Magadhan dynasty. Okay. First, Nandas, Shishunagas, Mauryans and Aryankas. So, first comes Aryankas, okay, then Shishunagas, then Nandas and Mauryans. So, the correct answer will be option A, okay. See, I'll be discussing about these dynasties. Aryankas, Shishunagas, Nandas and Mauryans. See, in Aryans, important ruler was Bimbisara and Ajatashatru. In Shishunagas, Kalashoka. In Nandas, Mahapadmananda and Dhanananda. In Mauryans, Chandragupta, Ashoka and Bindusara. So don't confuse between Bimbisara and Bindusara. Okay. Bimbisara, he was the person who was responsible for the establishment of Magadhan Empire, and he was assassinated by his own son Ajatashatru. So they belong to Aryan caste. And Bindusara is seen in Mauryans. So I'll be discussing Mauryan Empire in next video. You'll get a detail about him in next video, okay? We'll move to the next question. Which of the following ruler was responsible for the rise of Magadha? So I said you right. He was Bimbisara, not Bindusara, okay? Bimbisara from Aryanka dynasty. Okay, this was the question related to Magadhans. So now I'll be discussing the factors that was responsible for the rise of Magadha. Okay, first, the close area and control over the rich deposit of copper and iron ore. So the copper and iron ore was easily available to Magadhian Empire. So from iron they used to make war elements, and so the kingdom started flourishing, and rich alluvial soil present a strong agricultural base. Okay, and Magadha used elephants on the large scale in war for the first time. Okay, they may ask the question, for the first time, which kingdom used elephant on large scale basis? So it is Magadha. Okay. Next, oppressive tax collection of Nanda dynasty gave rise to Mauryans. So about Mauryans I'll be discussing in next question. So Magadha declined due to their oppressive tax collection system. Okay, so thank you so much.